You know, I reckon the one thing The Voice needs to get back on track is the endorsement of some more big business. We know it really turns the dial every time it happens. And, you know, I scream, you scream, we all scream because the ice cream's gone woke. Or in this case, it hasn't. You might have heard of Ben & Jerry's ice cream, right? It's a company from the US. And over in the US, they tend to get involved in a lot of these lefty social issues. You know, they've condemned Palestine, they hate Israel, the whole thing. For Independence Day over in the US recently, they put out this advertisement. Take a look. They say, the United States was founded on stolen Indigenous land. This 4th of July, let's commit to returning it. And then there's the sign there, this is stolen land. Now, I assume Ben & Jerry's is going to start that campaign by giving back all of their stores to the American Indians, just saying, here they are, all yours, land is all yours, do what you want with it. Well, a couple of people who've got Ben & Jerry's franchises here in Australia thought, well, you know, we signed up to a company that has this big social heart, so we're going to campaign for the Voice to Parliament. They've been told by Ben & Jerry's head office, do not get involved in the Voice to Parliament. You can't put any signs in your windows advocating yes, etc. And one bloke who's got a franchise up in Cairns, Nick Lawrenson, said anything less than full support for the Yes campaign risks tarnishing the hard-earned reputation of Ben & Jerry's as progressive social justice campaigners. I mean, you can hear the poor man crying into his ice cream about the fact that all of his profits are going to go out the window because he can't put a sign in the window. It is curious, though, that a company that has been so open and honest about the fact that it backs all of these social campaigns is saying, no, we're not going to advocate for the Voice to Parliament. And I suspect that's because they only get on board with campaigns that they think might have some commercial benefit for them. And the people over in the US at Ben & Jerry's, you know, they're able to read, they do have eyes, and they can look at the polls and go, maybe this isn't actually of any commercial benefit to us, so we're going to give it a wide berth.
Ben & Jerry's have never seen a social justice issue they didn't want to put in a cone and encourage people to lick, Liz. But clearly with this one, as Caleb said, they've seen the way the numbers are going. It's not going to do them any favours, so they've said, no. My query about this story is the franchisee in Cairns who says he bought into a sugary treat store because he liked their social justice sort of stance. I mean, he's selling ice cream, but he really wants to sell opinions.
Changing the world, one ice cream at a time. I reckon another reason why they don't want to support The Voice, besides the polls, is the fact that it went very badly for them last time. So that tweet that we just showed of theirs being like, America's on stolen land. Well, firstly, their parent company lost $2 billion because there were calls to boycott Ben & Jerry's because proud Americans are like, stuff you guys, will have somebody else's ice cream. And then the Indigenous chief, his name's Don Stevens from the Abenaki Nation from Vermont, which is where Ben & Jerry's have their headquarters. 3 days after July 4th, he was in the press telling Newsweek, well, actually, yeah, we'd love our land back. Just give us Vermont back. That'd be nice. That's where your headquarters is. You don't mind, do you? I mean, you just posted it. And, of course, nothing came of it. So I think Ben & Jerry's have learnt their lesson. They can't just go out there being like, stolen land, give it back. And then everyone's like, all right, get your stores off it.
These guys are so woke, though. I don't know if you remember during the same-sex marriage plebiscite here in Australia, Ben & Jerry's refused to serve 2 scoops of the same flavour in solidarity with same-sex people who weren't able to be married.
What about Neapolitan ice cream, though? I mean, well, God.
There you go. So that was the stance they took. But, you know, there's no shortage of high-priced ice cream in Cairns. I've been to Cairns. You can get ice cream everywhere. I don't know how putting off half your customer base or more on the basis of The Voice is going to be good for your business.